What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 91 of EZPZ Podcast, coming at you from Studio 420 in Des Moines, Iowa. Breaking the bank. Joining me this week, Trey.
What's up?
What's up, Trey? And Nick.
How's it going, guys?
We had to take this podcast mobile. Should we call it Studio 420? Trey, you tell me. It's your studio.
Dude, blaze it all day. Also known as Blunt Mountain.
Oh my gosh. Blunt Mountain, I love it. Well, yeah, I had to take the podcast mobile this week because I've got a guest at my house. So we'll kick it off with, we're going to be talking to you about gaming, what we're gaming, watching, listening to, that new music festival that is kind of interesting, at least, to say the least. Deadmau5 is a bully to Slushy.
Slushy.
And first, though, we're going to talk about this Lil Xan concert getting canceled in St. Louis, just because it's kind of interesting. We just saw him live at 515 Alive, Nick. Mm-hmm. And this dude, just some white dude, nerdy-looking white dude. Trey said, what'd you say about him?
I don't remember, but I definitely haven't been kind to the man.
No, the dude that we just watched shooting those AKs.
Oh, dude, that guy was sick, dude.
He probably plays Fortnite, right?
Probably plays Fortnite, yeah. Dual wielding, baby.
Dual wielding.
So we just watched a video of him shooting AKs into a lake, and he's just like, yo, Lil Xan, if you come to this concert tomorrow in St. Louis on October 10th, I'm going to catch a smoke or something.
He's gonna flex on your ass.
He said something like, I want you to bring the smoke or something like that. Which is like, I was taking it as like, I want you to bring the heat. I want you to throw down. So maybe it wasn't even
like when you shoot a gun, smoke comes out of it, right?
Yeah. Okay. He wasn't like asking for weed. He's like, hey, bring a little bit of weed and
we'll have a good time.
Yeah.
So the show actually got canceled at the pageant, which I've never been to. Have you guys ever been to the pageant in St. Louis?
It doesn't sound familiar, no.
Okay. I've only been to the Firebird and maybe a couple more smaller venues that probably are now defunct because I haven't been there for so long. But the pageant is a 700-person room for St. Louis that's super small. I'm pretty sure
it's a tiny venue.
Yeah, like Every Time I Die's played there, and like I'm just surprised. Like,
and for him, I mean, he's kind of, I guess, quote unquote.
Yeah, he would do really well at Seven Flags here in Des Moines. So probably. I don't know. It was just interesting. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it's a small venue from what I can tell, all accounts. And the show gets canceled. Lil Xan's crew is saying that there's no threats on his life. This is an internal affair, which I have no idea what that means. What, did he like steal his beats or something? Like on SoundCloud beats?
Who knows?
I just wouldn't be stressing like with that guy's aim, bro. Like he was like, those guns were not pointed straight.
They were shooting 2 AKs into a lake.
They were super wonky. It meant to look really badass, and it just looked like
they looked like they were really heavy in his little teeny arms. Like he's having a hard time holding them upright. Like
I could picture The Rock holding one and making it look awesome.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, that gun would look tiny in The Rock's hand.
He wanted it to look like The Expendables, and it ended up looking like a shitty B movie. Like,
yeah, it looked like Stand By Me or whatever.
Yeah, he did look like that character from Stand By Me.
Yeah, at the end he has the gun or whatever and pointed up at the big kid. And
oh my god.
He's pointing at Kiefer Sutherland, actually.
Oh yeah.
America's sweetheart.
Show gets canceled. I don't know. There's not much to say about it except for Lil Xan. What he's like. Oh, I guess there's some more context to give you guys. I guess Lil Xan's actually been like having a really rough time lately. He had the Cheeto incident, right?
Yeah.
Dude.
Flaming hot Cheetos where he ate too many and
Poor
got...
guy. I've been there. I'm lucky I haven't gone to the hospital.
Well, yeah. If you had not been here with the King of Blunt Mountain, that'd be kind of weird.
Yeah, no, it would suck.
But he's also been like getting in fights with people at malls. There's 2 clips, I think, that have come out in the last 2 weeks where he's at just a mall. Why are you at a mall as like a kind of a celebrity? Plus, what's the point? I don't know. I've never really gotten enjoyment about going to a mall.
I think he's just like bored in town for a tour. Like he probably doesn't have any hobbies, so he like just goes to the store to buy shit with like a bunch of money. He goes to the mall. Some guy that like has seen him on like YouTube and shit doesn't like him is like, hey, you're a bitch, Lil Xan. That's your music sucks dick. And then that's when Lil Xan has to take matters into his own hands.
That's line for line exactly what happened.
A lot of speculation here, but that's what I assume is happening on the day-to-day.
That's actually a really good point, and I think that you're on to something, Trey. I think you're on to something. Cool. So people are pissing. Lil Xan's pissing people off, apparently, so who knows what could happen from this. This is just interesting. There's no police report. There's no charges being filed or anything at all. Because if you think about it, he made a threat on someone's life with real guns. Like, there should be something that's filed, but the venue canceled the show, not his people, not his crew, Lil Xan, and there's nothing being filed.
Yeah. Well, so I bet the venue just was like, hey, we don't want anything like this anywhere near our venue. That's super shady. It's a small venue. Like, it's probably not even worth it for Lil Xan to play the show. You know what I mean? Because it's a 700 venue. Like, what is it? Like 30 a ticket. Still good money, but like not worth it in the scheme of his popularity. Like when he's playing festivals and shit like that. So
I agree. Let's move on.
Okay. Fuck you, Lil Xan.
I don't hate the dude. I just think he's kind of a turd.
Yeah. No, he looks like a turd at least. I've literally never listened to him.
I do like that one song with Diplo. I do like that song a lot. Yeah. And he played that live at 515. I was very happy about that.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll move on to other EDM news, other music news, I should say. Deadmau5 calling Slushy's music autistic and AIDS music. So, known as a troll online, of course, Deadmau5, he has just been incessant, but more so than ever lately. I was going to pull up on the video screen in Studio EZPZ, but it's okay. I can just kind of give you guys a synopsis. He's having a Twitter argument with a rando this week on Monday. Extremely transphobic about... Do you remember, Nick?
Yeah,
Let me toss it to you.
The guy said it must be... It was like, he took it 0 to 100 real quick. The guy was like, it must be get sweaty under that mask or something. And then he's like, no, actually, there's a fan in it. But I bet you would suck a dick for $40,000. No questions asked.
Yeah, that's like literally what he said.
What?
Like, this dude just says, a rando online is like, saying that his mask is sweaty. And he's like, but I'll bet you suck a dick for $40K. And then he goes off after some lady named Amanda Jett Knox. I don't know who she is. She might be like a journalist or something. I didn't really go too far into her Twitter. But she's like, oh, okay, so sucking a dick is for money is a bad thing? And like, it goes on and on. He's like, eventually he gets called transphobic and homophobic because he's making fun of sucking dicks.
Well, and then
he's saying that only men can have dicks.
Yeah, he said something like or the moral of the story is women don't have penises. You'll understand when you're older or something like that. And then, he's obviously being like a troll. Yeah. But.
Well, yeah, the whole thing sounds super trolly, like AIDS and autistic music. Like, what kind of insult?
Oh, no. So that, sorry.
And that was actually a separate incident.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah,
sorry.
I get it.
Two different ones. Yeah.
I'm not explaining this very well. I was supposed to have a visual aid, but I'm failing you guys all right now. So basically what happened is, that was the first incident. That was Monday. And then throughout the week, he's like been arguing with people online, but he also was on a Twitch stream. So he does Twitch stream. I don't know if you know this, but Deadmau5 likes to play video games. And he, on that stream, Slushy's music came on, like one of his like random playlists. And he's like, what the hell is this autistic AIDS music?
Hey, he doesn't like Slushy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just you haven't said his stuff that bad, have you?
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, like, shit slips, dude. I mean, like, right. I don't intentionally be a douchebag.
So the instant or the bad thing about it was that Slushy then came out and says like, well, actually. Matter of fact, I'm on the spectrum.
God.
He's like legit on the spectrum.
Ouch.
Yeah.
So then he's like, fuck. So
now I've got to double down on this.
He did double down. He's now transphobic and like talking shit about.
He kind of doubled down, but at the end of the week, he
pussed out.
Yeah, he did. He pussed out. That's a good way to put it. Deadmau5 pussed out. No, he so Slushy comes out and he's like, hey dudes, like I'm on the spectrum. And then it's interesting because this last week was World Health Day, was like this
mental
week.
health day or whatever.
World Mental Health Day. And deadmau5 releases a statement on that day after saying he's spoken with friends and family and he does agree he has issues. He's got like some bipolar shit going on and he needs help.
And that he's like gonna take a break or something. So I don't know if he's gonna like just take a break from social media.
He's gonna make his own stream show where he calls this music or AIDS.
Music or autism.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Or the show is just called Autism or AIDS. I don't know. Like,
No kidding. He just doesn't give you like any leeway.
No, it's all sucks.
Skrillex's
It's
new
all
song
bad.
comes out. He's like, this is autism.
Oh yeah. But which ones are they both negative, or is one negative and one positive?
Well,
They're both negative. I think that's
They're both positive now.
They're both
after,
positive?
After
Oh.
There you
this.
go.
After this. Now,
Yeah.
both positive. So he's like...
He's taking the meaning back. He's like, these are both positives now.
Totally.
Yeah. I mean, you can't really be someone. He's so monumentally big. He's one of the biggest trans. I'm transphobic in the sense that I'm like, I have a phobia of his music.
Oh my god.
Dude, we saw him in Puerto Rico.
I know, and I
Yeah.
didn't enjoy it.
Is he the one that played the Blink-182 song?
No, that was Getter. Yeah.
Getter.
Getter's
Yeah.
tight.
Getter.
though.
Yeah,
Getter's
that's
his new album.
That's
that
your
just came
Sadu
out.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the saw, dude.
Yeah.
So
No,
he came out with a new album. Getter came out with a new album last month, I believe, and it's actually not bad. It's so weird. It's EDM, but he has like all these like screamo roots, and he really channels it because he came from that scene, like all of us, really.
Yeah.
I mean, he grew up. He's a few years younger than us. He's only like 22 or 3 right now, 24 maybe.
Yeah,
but he's still like listened to all that screamo stuff like we did as kids. But anyway, back to deadmau5. You can't be someone as big as you are, a monumental figure in the trance scene, the trance music scene, and do this. I mean, what is he?
So I think moral of the story is he needs his own PC principal to just watch his back. And be like, nope,
He's got to have a Twitter nanny like Elon Musk.
Can't post that.
Well, he's been big for a long time too, hasn't he? So
And he's been a troll for just as long.
Oh,
He's known for this.
So then why are they gonna come down on him now? Dude?
Well, I think
No, they've always been coming down on.
So we rambled on a little bit about deadmau5. So we're going to kick it to some more EDM news, but kind of interesting and different is that Play Music Festival. Have you guys heard about that at all?
Well, I have after the first time we recorded this.
My 32
Breaking the
gigabyte
fourth
micro SD is full. It's never been full.
I will pretend to feign my excitement a second time.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's gonna be fun. So Insomniac, who's developed and created EDC, they're the production company behind EDC, Electric Forest, and more. They are in talks with doing this new Play Music Festival, PLAY, and it was weird how they had like the logo already, right?
Yeah.
Did you see that pink and like it looked like Ready Player One type like 80s looking?
Yeah, that's very in, very hip, very trendy,
yeah.
very in.
80s
Yeah.
are.
So they already had like a logo, so it was the festive owl. I'm pretty sure that leaked this or whatever. It's just I've already told you a lot of this, Trey, but I'm gonna try like retreading these steps. But it's like this blog that Nick and I follow that is based around talking about and leaking and discussing and breaking news on music festivals and whatnot. And anyway, he or she, the entity behind that, posted a bunch of stuff about this, how Play is focusing and mix mashing the worlds of music, EDM, electronic music, and then gaming. So they say that there's 214 million monthly participants worldwide in gaming, which is something I believe in, definitely, for sure. Yeah, I mean, 214 million doesn't seem very much.
No, it's honestly low, especially with what you said about like how the gaming industry is like bigger than like what was it, movies
And music put together.
Yeah, so like
It's more than 2 times as big as movies, I'm pretty sure.
yeah. They need to find a way to capitalize on like these gatherings like that, and I think that this is a good way to start doing that. So
yeah, for sure. And so 214 million monthly participants. They know gaming is huge, and they know, like you just said, gaming's humongous, eating up music and movies as far as dollars brought in. And all this is mainly about music, gaming, esports, arcade games, cosplay. There's going to be competing for prizes. So Nick, you were talking about that. Maybe you have some insight on that.
I mean, it didn't really allude to much, but it just said, that you could compete for prizes.
Arcade games.
Yeah, it would probably be in arcade gaming, and it said esports was going to be a big part of it. So maybe they'll have some sort of like competition set up,
or some streamers. They could have some streamers.
They will 130% have people streaming on site, and then there will be a bunch of streamers there with like meet and greet type stuff.
Oh yeah,
that's cool.
Like, I mean, I can say that without even like knowing anything about it. That goes without saying.
I just kind of pictured it being like a little Warped Tour thing where each little streamer has their own little booth set up, and you have like a little row.
You probably are right about that.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be bigger though, because the production coming behind this is definitely way bigger than Warped.
Well, yeah,
ever will be, or what was. Excuse me.
Rip.
Yeah, rip. So bragging rights too. I don't know if that really matters to many people, but gamers are psycho about that kind of stuff.
I can see them doing some cool stuff. Like, so the EDM companies like Sloth Steady and stuff are probably going to get in on this. Maybe they'll make like a special pin if you win the competition or something like that.
Yeah.
They'll do like some fun stuff to try to mash the two worlds up. And then we were talking too about cosplay. They mentioned cosplay was going to be another big part of this. I don't know how big or what, if there's cosplay like competitions in like those types of things. I don't know how that works.
I'm sure they would have that too, man. Like to encourage that kind of behavior.
But like dressing up in the rave and EDM scene is already a big thing anyway, so I could see that easily being, and a lot of people dress up as like video game characters at raves, so I'm sure that's already pretty natural progression.
Yeah, I agree. It is for sure. It sounds fun. It would be cool if we did a bachelor party there.
I mean, I would be down.
Alex B. Word sent this link to us discussing this, and he's like, bachelor party 2019.
Yeah.
It does sound kind of fun, and then like
I mean,
it does sound fun to me.
Yeah,
honestly.
so you can. I mean, I like the mashing up, so it's not like all specifically one thing. Like we can go check out an artist if we like, and then we can go, visit some streamers or play a game.
Yeah, Leah's
obviously drinks are flowing.
Oh, sorry, drinks are flowing. Drinks are flowing. Yeah, I like when drinks are flowing. I'm currently on that.
Do you think they would even serve alcohol at this? Because I feel like it's like aiming pretty young, right?
Deaf serving alcohol.
Yeah,
that's where all their money is made.
I understand.
Well, a lot of money for sure. Mm-hmm. I mean, tickets, of course, bring in the most, but vendors that are selling alcohol, that's a lot of money.
So you're saying you think that the ticket sales are more than the alcohols?
Yeah.
Because generally, like, alcohol sales, like, destroy ticket sales.
Generally, but not at music festivals. Like, if you think about it, I spend $350 to go to Forest, and I spend maybe $40 on alcohol.
Yeah, but I'm talking, like, profit anyway. It's, like, because, like, profit, you have to pay out a lot of people for those music festivals. There's, like, a lot of... I don't know what I'm trying to say. A lot of...
I know what you're talking about. Like, at the bar, a lot of people make... I mean, at Woolies, they make a shit ton of money on alcohol. But it just depends on what show.
Yeah, it's just a huge profit margin, and you're doing a lot of business over and over again. So like,
because like,
it's a good. At the very least, it's a good way to subsidize your.
Your definitely.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, they both bring in a lot of money. I think there's gonna be alcohol at this tray, and I think it sounds really neat. I mean, although like drunk people gaming kind of
I was gonna like say that I just didn't want to be negative about it at all, honestly. I was thinking like drunk, especially with arcade games, it's like one of my least favorite things in the world. It's like they spill drinks all over the things get shitty so quick and they break the sticks.
That's exactly what I was gonna say, dude. Up Down does a really good job like fixing theirs mostly, but like I've been to so many barcades. Remember R.I.P. Barcadium?
Yeah.
Well,
was it called Barcadium?
Yeah, it was Barcadium.
Okay. I had less trouble at Barcadium than I do at Up Down because like I still can't play Nightcrawler on the goddamn X-Men game at Up Down. Like it's been like 10 years of Up Down. How long has Up Down been open? Like 5 years?
Been open for 5 years because it just celebrated its 5th year anniversary, and on that opening night, Thursday is when it opened. Who was it? Somebody and I went and played and beat House of the Dead.
Yeah,
nice. We were the first people. I'm pretty sure. Was it you, Nick?
Maybe.
It had to have been someone like I'm still talking to.
I don't remember.
I mean, beating House of the Dead is like a bonding experience.
Yeah,
it's like you're basically blood brothers at that point.
I have already beaten it with Clem too. Like I've beaten with like a bunch of people. I love that game.
Yeah.
I like The Simpsons too. It's fun just to beat
Ooh,
them.
The Simpsons good.
Yeah. Beat that one.
You were there in San Fran when we beat the Simpsons game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, like people were like refusing to leave, and I was just like, I think Lydia like gave up her controller 4 minutes in, which is a new record for her. She's a new record. Yeah, I mean, it's fun. So I totally agree. I mean, I could see this being successful and awesome. I can also see it being a dumpster fire.
Yeah, definitely.
More to come on that. Let's get into the topic of the show. Where we're going to be discussing what we're gaming, watching, playing. This is more just a conversation. This is a conversational podcast, guys. This is Fireside Chats. FDR Fireside Chat.
So you're telling me this is a...
So, wait, you mean I have to sit here and talk to you bozos?
Nick, what have you been gaming, watching, listening? I know you've had a rough week. Tough, rough week.
I haven't been gaming this week, but in that category, I swapped it out for my Drawloween thing.
Yeah.
That's really what I've been focusing much of my time on.
You and I talk about how we can't really focus on like multiple things at once. Like I have a hard time watching something, playing something, and really actually like intently listening to something. Does that make sense?
I'm the exact opposite.
Okay. Are you really?
Yeah. I'll have like music playing, a stream going, playing a video game. Like,
so I can listen to music and playing video game at the same time, but I'm talking about like really honing in on like a single player experience, like that you have to pay attention to the story, and then also watching an intense story driven movie or show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's always been a problem for me. It's like if I get on one thing and then I'm just addicted until I get bored with it, and then I drop it and then I do something else. So like if I'm playing a video game right now, like that's all I'm going to spend my time on. Any free time I have is just on that game. I'll be like watching videos at work, like ready to play when I get home.
I'm the
and, like,
same
all that
about
shit.
that with games.
Yeah, so like I'm obsessed, and then I finish it, or I get bored with it, or I get stuck and I get pissed off, and I then drop it. Same thing with art though. Like if I'm drawing or if I'm like content on something or working on something, that's all I usually like spend my free time on. But I've been doing this Drawloween thing, which is like a different drawing prompt every day for the 31 days.
There's a couple in there I'm really liking. I'm going to go onto your Instagram now and tell you, but go ahead and speak towards like maybe your favorites or like how is it working out?
So I've never really finished it before. I've done it. This is the third time I've done it. The farthest I got before was like day 8 or 9 or 10 maybe.
And you're on day 14 today?
Yeah. Yep. I'm finishing the drawing today. So if you're going to try to finish it, Trey and I talked about this before about posting things that I wasn't like totally satisfied with, but I got to get over that like fear and that hump and just do it.
Yeah, I told him don't let perfection get in the way of like a product. Like just get stuff out there, like create.
He Dr. Phil's my ass.
Even if it's something you hate it, like you're still gonna learn from it. You're still going to learn that okay, I didn't like those lines or that coloring or whatever.
Yep. Yeah, that's always been a thing with me, just like kind of a perfectionist. So getting over that hump is gonna be definitely something I'm gonna take away from this, and that is gonna help me in the future. So that's awesome.
Dude, day 7 was Haunted Object, and you did 7 days VHS. Like, so perfect.
Yeah.
Really, really well done there.
No, they're looking really good, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then watching this month, Shannon and I had a plan. We're going to watch a horror movie or something spooky every day of Halloween.
So that includes, like, let's just say, like, special editions of a show, like The Office Halloween episode, right?
Yeah, it could be anything.
Cool.
Yep.
I know a couple people on Twitter that do that. I actually like that idea more than just watching a horror movie or a horror something every day.
Yeah.
Like, because it's still fun to watch like the certain special edition episodes, like even the Halloween, Charlie Brown Halloween.
Yeah.
I still think that's fun.
Yeah. Or Treehouse of Horrors.
Yeah, that was gonna be my watch, dude.
Really?
I've been watched The Simpsons like seasons 1 through 4, and we're on the 4th season.
Oh,
right now,
damn, nice.
Anyways,
that's great.
Back to you.
No, and then. So yeah, like for shows wise, I've even started picking up and watching a little bit of like Are You Afraid of the Dark and Goosebumps. We watched some Goosebumps last night. So just things like that.
Lydia got hooked on Are You Afraid of the Dark a year or two ago, right when we first moved into our house that we're in. And like the house is old. We bought it when it was in its 99th year, and now it's 101 years old. Damn. And she was like, obviously, like, oh, is this house like haunted? Like she was getting all spookified.
Oh man, yeah, that show and Goosebumps is what really like sparked my love of like horror movies and all things creepy.
Really, those two? Huh?
Oh yeah, hands down.
What would you get? That's actually an interesting question that you pose, or an interesting topic, Nick. Like, what sparked your guys' love for horror? Because I think all three of us love horror. So my sect of horror I love for sure is the monster or the entity that can't be stopped, like the unstoppable force. So Godzilla, of course. I mean, not really horror. It's more thriller, but like it's still in line.
It's a monster movie. I love monsters. Yeah.
Creature from the Black Lagoon when I was younger.
So what was the one like Cloverfield that like got you into it? Or
no, like so what got you into it when you were a kid? So for me, it was watching Jason and Freddy and what Tales from the Crypt was for sure, and then the Ghost Stories book. Like I never read books as a kid, but I did remember reading some Goosebumps, but especially that like horror stories you can tell in the dark.
Oh, scary stories to tell in the dark.
Exactly.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah, and I like Scholastic Book Fair. My dad gave me money one time. Remember with Scholastic Book Fair, guys?
Yeah.
My dad gave me money one effing time, and I got to get that one book. You know,
that's awesome.
So they actually, with those, they made a new series of them with like different pictures, and everyone hated them because the old pictures were really gritty and awesome and amazing.
Dude. Not something for a child.
Yeah. So like there was this like, the old ones were really, really expensive and collectible, but then they ended up like reprinting the old editions because people love that shit, you know, and for a good reason though.
The art is nuts. It's not like a style that's used very much. It's like gritty. How would you put it?
It reminds me actually of the Walking Dead comics.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just really gritty and dirty and like gross. Like,
yeah,
gross.
For how popular that book is, the art is like super quick. Just black and white, you know, like you can tell they're just pumping them out
scribbles
or whatever. Yeah,
messy.
It's it's kind of weird how it's.
It reminds me of an 80s Dungeons and Dragons monster manual, dude.
Actually, that's pretty accurate. That's great.
Disorganized and sloppy.
Yeah,
kind of. So Nick. So you say what were you saying as your?
So I was actually in the Goosebumps fan club when I was younger.
Whoa!
Yeah. So I would get like they would send you like a package every month of like books and like these little like pop up poster things and like little toys and stuff. So that was like.
Do you still have some of those little toys, little trinkets?
Yeah, like not very many of them. There was like these little werewolf fingers that you like put on your fingers I specifically remember having, and they had like pogs and stuff. Like that was
Goosebumps was sick.
Oh yeah.
It's cool that we have like weird ties with Goosebumps now, not only as 90s kids, but also as R.L. Grime, R.L. Stein.
Right.
Like every year, and we're about to get that mix 7. Is it 7 or 6?
I don't remember what number we're on actually.
We're up
6,
there. I think it's 6. Yeah, last year was 5. Okay.
Did you guys trade your Goosebumps books like collectible cards?
I didn't have friends.
Oh, rip Sean's friends.
Actually, no, I didn't know that was a thing.
No,
I wanted to like have them all.
We were trying to get them all, but like you had to do some trades to get them all.
Sure. So I still, every time I go to a thrift store or Goodwill or something, I always check the books to see if there's Goosebumps there. Because if there are, I'm buying them.
Do you still have a wall of them then?
We have quite a bit, yeah.
Fuck yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I didn't really read much as a kid. I feel stupid for saying it, but
dude, I didn't either.
I didn't read them. I just collected the stupid books.
Okay,
I love the art, dude. I love the cover art. Is why.
So I should take that back. I didn't read non-fiction or fiction. Excuse me. I read like gaming magazines.
Yeah, I read
that's
that
all
shit.
I read. Game Informer, Game Pro, Tips and Tricks, Nintendo Power.
Dude, yeah, in my whole like
wrestling magazines,
high school career, I probably read like 20 books. Like from kindergarten to high school. I did not read much.
Who the fuck actually read books in high school when there was sparknotes.com?
I like to read some books. Like I liked The Great Gatsby in high school, so I read through the whole thing or whatever. And I like it. I liked to read, but
I liked Of Mice and Men. I read that through.
I didn't read that.
Okay.
No. I read what was it? Flowers for Algernon.
Oh, I love that book.
It was a really good book.
Oh yeah, no, I love that book too. My sister,
I think it was a short story, but
my little sister was 5 or 6 years old when she read that book, which is nuts. She's too smart for her own good. I mean, she really was and still is. Okay, so Nick, you got the Drawloween. What else are you up to? What else are you listening to? What else you got?
Yeah, that's watching, and then for listening. So I've been listening to that new Basement album that just came out this last Friday.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Besides Myself.
Besides Myself. I've listened to it like 3 or 4 times now. I thoroughly enjoy it.
People
It's really
online,
good.
I haven't listened to it yet, but people I trust, like critics online or whatever that I follow, they were saying it's so close to Color Me and Kindness. How close are they on that?
I would say that's pretty accurate.
So it's not like Promise Everything, their last album that came out in January 2015.
No, well,
So you mean like sound wise, it sounds like Color Me and
Yes,
Kindness,
yes.
or like as iconic as Color Me and Kindness?
Sound-wise.
Because it's like easy to
Sure.
imitate your old sound, kind of.
Right.
Sure.
Try to get fans back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the other album was still good. I listened to Promise Everything a year ago, I guess.
I enjoyed it.
Time. I liked it. It was fine.
Yeah.
I think Basement's a phenomenal band. Have you ever been?
Yeah, I listened to it. I didn't. There was no standout anything. It was kind of just like one. I don't know. There's like albums that are like soundscapes to me, and then others that are like actual like listen in, and I like to like listen into my stuff, and that was kind of like a zone out album to me anyway.
I know what you mean. Not too many memorable harmonies, not too many memorable lyrics to that. It has to. It's not impactful enough to stop you on your tracks. What if you're watching something on Twitch or playing a game? Whoa, you have to like pause the game and think about like.
yeah.
I know about
so
what you mean.
okay,
I know
so
what you
I'll say that because there's a lot of familiar parts of the album, I guess, like guitar riffs and stuff. Like I feel like I had heard it before, type of thing. But overall, just I love that style of music, so it's a good listen. But yeah, you're right, nothing like super like changing the game or anything by any means. And then as far as anything else I'm listening to the new Toadface album because I'll be seeing him when he comes to Des Moines
Yeah. So
next
when is
week.
that?
Next week, I think.
Thursday.
No, it's
You
on
guys
a
have
Friday.
Oh, it's on Friday.
Yeah. And then lastly, I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks lately. So I'm listening to 1984 right now.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's a great
Because
book.
actually, I had never, like, I hate to say this, but I've never read it. So.
Me neither.
It's fantastic. Like it's worth like reading. Dude.
I have one Audible credit I just got. I canceled it. You can always cancel and get it back. So I just did it because I have 7 or 8 audiobooks I haven't listened to yet, including Ready Player One, which I need to.
That movie was good.
I heard the movie was okay, but I hear the book's amazing.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people were saying.
Have you read the book?
No, I didn't read the book.
Okay.
I haven't been reading lately. Like
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't been, well, yeah. I've been trying to, like, read as much as I can. But, yeah, I've been
It's
listening to
interesting.
a lot of
Ernest
books.
Cline that wrote the story for Ready Player One, he was like a nobody. Like he was just loved gaming, and he also had a story to tell. And I think he like quit his job and did some crazy shit, and his wife like was supporting him while he's writing this book. And then he writes this book, and like 1 or 2 editors at IGN and like other gaming publications, they read it, loved it, of course, because it's such a phenomenal story. And it, especially tying gaming and just storytelling. I mean, especially like 6-7 years ago when it first came out, 5, 6, 7 years ago, where gaming and wasn't known for stories. I think more so now, right? In the last like this generation, crazy stories have been told.
I don't know. There's been like big stories in games. Like I mean,
Sorry, excuse me. I mean, gaming stories.
Sure, I know
Not
what you
games,
mean.
but
the
like,
Wizard, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Dude.
My
like,
favorite movie of all time.
You're
One of
gonna come and spit in the face of the Wizard?
Brett Savage is gonna come fuck me up.
Oh, my God.
He's gonna turn into the bully. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that he was a nobody, went onto these IGN and everything, and then all of a sudden, like, boom, this movie's getting made by what's his name, Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
So I was pretty happy to hear that. But anyway, 1984, how is that?
It's really good so far. I'm only a few.
I'm making you shit your
I'm only
pants.
a few chapters in.
Yeah.
I mean, I've known just from pop culture and like people talking about it, like kind of what the gist of it is. Like,
So
Big
what's
Brother
the gist?
and
Give me a
all that.
synopsis.
I don't know. I think it's just like a play on like the current state of affairs with like the government just being super oppressive.
Big Brother,
and,
right?
like
Yeah. So like the first half of the book is like really like character developing, kind of like atmosphere building and stuff, and then like the second half is like torture porn, basically.
Whoa.
So like,
damn. Okay. All right.
it's like a slow at first, and then it's really good.
Well,
Like,
it's doing a really good job at building the story so far and like the characters. It's just like that, like super oppressive feeling of like, they can't do anything. They can't
All hope is
look
lost.
the wrong way.
yeah.
Is
no,
there a
no.
movie?
Yeah, no,
Is
the
it any
movie is
good?
fantastic.
Really?
Is it
Yeah.
really? Okay.
So, I can't remember the actor's name, and he's like a fantastic, like super famous actor, but like the Chancellor in V for Vendetta?
I know that movie.
I don't know him by the face. Dude, I love that movie. But
So he's like the older guy that gets like murdered at the end. Spoilers.
I haven't seen that movie in such a long time.
He's like the main character in it, but like a much younger version of
Are you talking about John Hurt?
Yeah, there you go.
Let me see a
I guess I
picture.
could have just Googled, huh?
I don't know.
Does everyone have their phones on them? John Hurt. Okay.
Yeah, but he's the main
He's an old
character
guy,
of
everybody.
1984.
Listeners playing at home, he's an old dude. So, audiobooks. You have Audible then? $15 a month? That's pretty tight.
Yeah, Audible, and then I'll buy random audiobooks here and there too.
Especially when they're like $8 or $12.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of Audible, and like I said, I have literally 6 or 7 books I have to listen to. Lots of stuff. I've just been really into gaming. It's this weather, I think. Nick's been saying
it really does. But
this time of year, I'm like, fuck everything but gaming. So I've been listening to gaming podcasts and stuff.
Yeah, so that's me. Play, watch, listen. What about Trey? What are you playing?
Yeah.
What are you watching? What are you
Right
listening?
now I'm playing Crossing Souls. It's like a 80s role-playing game, but like not like a role-playing game in like the sense of like levels, but like you're playing out a story basically.
But I thought you said you don't like story games.
I don't. So this game was gifted to me by someone in my stream or whatever, so I'm playing it out of not like obligation, but like curiosity and like trying to make myself do something different.
If somebody, a stranger's willing to buy someone a game,
yeah.
I think there's some value. Like there's
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. It would be just like a slap in the face to that person. Like say you like are like watching this guy. It's like, hey, I'm gonna donate you this $10 game, man. I think you really like it. You should play it. And like the guy never even acknowledges it. That'd be
Right.
That would hurt.
Yeah,
You
for
know?
sure.
Like,
For sure.
stupid.
Yeah, it would suck. Especially like when you're as small of a streamer as me, it would be like really, really insulting.
Like who do you think you are?
Yeah, it's like under 10 viewers and you can't like play the guy's game. You know, it's like fuck you, buddy.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
but
That is funny that you say that though, real quick, that you like are the opposite of me. I like the story aspect of a game and I love just playing it a single through thing and like getting that story out of it. So
Dude, you would like
cool.
so many of the games I've been playing this year.
yeah.
He would love Firewatch. He would love Undertale, which I've spoken about, and I've played a lot of this weekend as well.
Yeah.
He would like a lot of those games.
so I think a lot of this feeling about story games that I have is coming from like streaming. Honestly, it's like I always feel like I'm in a hurry on the game because people are watching. They're like, you're trying to hold their attention. So like, say
Not
you're
as
like trying to
easy
read through like all of these like different items or whatever, or you have to like read through the story, and I don't like sitting there doing voices. Like I can do the voice like, whoa, let's go there, partner.
Oh yeah.
But like I don't want to do the voices the whole time because that's exhausting. And
I
like,
can see it not being as accessible for a stream if it's just like
It's
something
just
that you're
hard
just
to
like
do.
playing through. Yeah.
I've seen it, but I've seen it done successfully. But it's more like you're just literally nonstop talking because you have to explain what's happening and try to consume and understand it. Basically regurgitate what's going on.
Yeah.
Because people aren't able to read as fast as you.
well, they can't read as fast as you. They don't know what's happening. They came in at weird points in the game.
Sure, yeah,
so
exactly.
it's like, okay, they're like, you're 6 hours in the game and you have to re-explain who this main character is for the 12th time. And I'm just like, no.
Yeah. No, I can see that being cumbersome for a stream.
But anyways, it's like this 80s story game where you find a stone that... Oh, sorry, dude.
It's okay.
You find like some...
So good.
Some stone that like lets you see ghosts basically, and it's got like a really Stand By Me 80s vibe to it, and it's really good.
Yeah, it's funny that you were talking about this last podcast, I believe, right? You were talking about this?
Yeah, I think so.
A little bit, like something I just gifted to you and you played like an hour or so.
Yeah.
And then on the podcast I'm listening to, this gaming one called Kind of Funny Games Daily, is every single day it comes out. It's really awesome. It's like a talk show type thing. It's on Twitch. It's on YouTube. They live stream it. They had some dude from like NintendoEverything.com, which is a really, really small Nintendo blog, but they do a really good job promoting Nintendo's like these like smaller games, like these indies, especially with on the Switch right now. It's like insane how many amazing indie games are on there.
Yeah, no doubt.
Nutty, crazy. Like that's all I've been playing.
Right.
But and it's so accessible to spend 10 or 15 or 20 bucks on something versus 60 and
Right.
Anyway, he was on there talking about Crossing Souls, how it's been out for the Switch since July. I'm like, what the hell? you were talking about it. This dude's talking about it. And when he was explaining it, he's doing it. I mean, not as good a job as you, of course. But he was making it sound so effing amazing, too. Like, and I'm like, okay, if Trey's talking about this game and this other dude's talking about it, and Greg Miller says he's automatically got to get into it, it's like a Greg game over Greg game. Like, I love Greg Miller. But I'm like, okay. Because right now, I'm in limbo. I'm like, what do I play next?
That's confirmation. Yeah, you got three different parties telling you.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's the same thing I have with Binding of Isaac, but I can't bring myself to buy the game. Like,
I'm going to buy
$40.
that one. Yeah,
it's $40 for Switch. I don't know how much it is on Xbox.
I want to try that one because you and another buddy of mine told me to get it and that I would like it, so I want to try it.
Yeah, definitely good replay value.
Yeah,
but
anyway, back to Crossing Souls. You're excited? Are you excited?
Yeah, no.
Are you gonna stream it today?
What is? No, probably not today. I'm tired today. I'm probably gonna play some Fortnite, but
not on stream though.
Nah, yeah. I'm just gonna kick it, relax today. It's like a cloudy, shitty day. Gail's home, so
on my way here, on my way to Studio Blunt Mountain, I was talking about how I was gonna mention how ugly and shitty it is outside, and I failed to do that. It's really shitty out.
It's pretty grim and abysmal out there. So, but anyways, like for music, I'm just listening to like trap playlist pretty much on YouTube. Just like
anything catching your ears.
The one that I'm liking is Trappin' in Japan.
Nice.
I really like that one, and a lot of it is just kind of like the lo-fi hip hop repackaged with like more aggressive beats instead of like the like chill jazz beats. It's still like the jazz shit, but with like boom, boom, boom,
with some more aggressive bass.
Yeah, more aggressive.
Yeah, no, that's tight.
Is it like just a YouTube mix?
Yeah. Okay. That's what I've really been into. It's just YouTube mixes of like beats or electronic shit. Like I'll do synthwave sometimes, or I'll do like just like trap or lo-fi mostly lately. But haven't been liking real music lately. I haven't been catching anything that's like really good or new to me. I listened to Knock Loose the other day. That was great.
Yeah. Dude, they just released that new music video for one of their songs on that album that's almost 2 years old now.
Oh shit.
That just goes to tell you how long these legs are on this album.
Yeah, no, it's a great album.
Laugh
like
tracks.
I mean, it's gonna be a hard one to top, honestly. Like they're gonna have to do something real aggressive.
People could say the same thing about Time and Space by Turnstile. You know, that is like an instant classic, just like Laugh Tracks. What do you think about that, Trey?
I haven't even heard that one. I listened to Nonstop Feeling and was obsessed with that album.
I really love that album.
You haven't listened to Time and Space, huh?
I gave it a listen through, you know, and like it wasn't the same songs that I knew by them, and like part of the fun for me for hardcore is knowing the words and shit without, and I don't like have the time for like a huge time investment to like learn all these albums and shit. And
I think that you'd really like Time and Space.
Yeah, I'm sure I would, honestly, dude. Like
so Alex Bush, friend of the show, Lydia, my fiance, and I are for sure all three going to see Turnstile, Every Time I Die, and Angel Vein, which is or Angel Dust?
Yeah, Angel Dust. Angel Dust is sick.
Yeah, they're opening.
Yeah.
And that's the old... Is it the old lead singer of Trapped Under Ice?
Yeah. Okay. Something. There's some affiliation with Trapped Under Ice.
It's like the same old bands. But yeah, so we're going to go see them second week of November.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look what my money is looking like because my job
situation,
shit, you know. And then
are you working as a driver at all?
Yeah. Okay. I just delivery drive right now, so it's super tight.
How many hours?
None. Like it's dope. It's like right now I work like 20 hours a week.
Okay,
it's nice. Super sick
instead of 60.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing.
I'm happy you get this like moment of like, okay, let's reevaluate some things, let's reinvest some of my resources, including my time and energy, into other things I actually enjoy.
I get to stream again. Like I get to like spend time with Gail, like without feeling like super spread thin, you know. And like I'm getting to like hang out with my friends again, like who I haven't seen in a million years and shit. So that's always cool. But you know, I also so back to gaming actually.
Hey, dude, it's a conversational podcast.
I just got that new Black Ops 4, I think it is.
No way, you did?
Yeah. I played one game of the Battle Royale, or two. maybe 3 games of the Battle Royale, got wrecked, and just like, no, I'm never playing this shit again.
Never
Really?
I can't do the realistic shooters, man. I suck so bad, dude. It's like...
Is it because it's hard for you or your brain and eyes to identify like when it's a person and when it's part of the environment, or what?
No, dude. This guy was like right next to me, and I'm like, I gotta get out the window. like Charlie's in the trees. like, anyway.
Is it because you're trying to run away?
I don't even know what it was. Like, honestly, it's just like so different from Fortnite, like where I could like build up onto a roof, and like then I have a new perspective on the fight, and like I feel safer up there. It's like you're on the ground with everyone all the time.
It's
dude.
like PUBG, right?
Yeah. It's, I don't know.
Man, I know what you mean. I think Fortnite's got a stranglehold on the arena fight, arena shooters. What are they?
Well, right now it's the Battle Royale.
Battle Royale, because they have that building aspect. Like no other games have that.
I don't think they have a stranglehold. I think that it has longevity because they have that, and it's unique, so it'll like be around for a long time.
And that weird lore story thing behind it.
Yeah, no, that was non-existent the first few seasons, you know, and like that's just something that they've like developed and found a way to like make the game cool. But I don't think they have a stranglehold at all on the Battle Royales. I think that right now Black Ops is ahead of them on Twitch. That's obviously
that just came
like
out Friday.
Well, yeah, totally. I'm saying though that if people choose, they want the realism and like the higher graphics over like the cool, goofy, good gameplay, like, you know, that they could easily get squashed as like the esports game, you know, like that the Call of Duty could easily take that over.
Call of Duty is a massive IP for sure. It's one of the biggest. I mean, what other ones are bigger? Minecraft, Grand Theft Auto, Fortnite right now.
So I was having this conversation with somebody else that was like, you know how PUBG sued Fortnite for like stealing
Epic
the intellect?
Games, yeah, haha.
Yeah, they should have waited to sue Black Ops, dude. Like they would have like won that, like hands down, no questions, won that fight because it's the same game. It's just like Call of Duty has way more money to throw at that. You know, what is it, Activision or whatever?
Yeah, Activision and Call of Duty, and it's Blue Chip Gaming,
Blue Hole.
Blue Hole.
Well, I think that's just what people in the community call them because they suck.
I feel bad for PUBG. They came to this fight. They should have sold. They were
no, it is Blue Hole. It's Blue Balls. My bad. Anyway.
Okay. Oh, they call them Blue Balls.
Yeah.
Okay, they really could have. They were like, they should have sold all their Bitcoin. Like they should have sold out. They had all this equity built from just stumbling upon this new thing. Well, H1Z1 came out.
Yeah. So H1Z1 was a smaller studio than Blue Hole. Blue Hole did a better job, never tightened the game up, like basically kind of took their money and ran with it for like the first 6 months of its life cycle, and then another developer did it better.
Yeah.
And that game is fucked. They're in trouble. Like
H1Z1?
No, PUBG.
Are they in trouble?
Oh, they're gonna be gone in 6 months, dude.
No.
It's gonna be like
so sad.
They're gonna be a Realm Royale situation here.
Realm Royale. So was that? I saw somebody streaming that game for literally like 14 minutes, and he's like, "Nope."
It's like a Fortnite ripoff with like WoW aspects.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
Really?
It's dumb.
But yeah, so for Spooktober, the movies I've been watching.
What have you been watching,
I watched The Fly with Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
That's a 10 out of 10 for me, dog.
Man, we just started watching it. I haven't finished it yet. But because you said that, I'm like, I need to watch it.
It's so fucking good.
Man.
Like, so the beginning, another slow starter, but like, oh my God, by the end of it, you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Dude,
I remember watching that when I was a kid with my dad and like being obsessed with it.
It was really cool.
And being kind of scared too.
Yeah, it's really scary, man. Like, I always thought, like, in my head as a kid, like, I had, like, saw the cover, I had seen, like, the Simpsons reference to it, you know? And I thought that the guy was going to turn into, like, a little teeny fly over time. It's like, I couldn't have been more wrong.
I was wrong. That makes me want to see the original, because that's actually a remake.
Yeah,
which is crazy that it's 30 years after the original. But yeah, the original was like 1958, black and white movie.
Yeah, no, I bet that one's pretty rough to watch. Like,
it probably is.
Pretty hard to watch that.
I don't know, man. Some of those like super old ones, like Psycho and stuff, those hold up.
Yeah, I've never seen Psycho, so I might have to give the old ones a spin or something, but...
Definitely.
You guys have any desire to see Halloween in theaters, the new remake?
I definitely want to and probably will.
Yeah,
Shayna
we have
wants
some movie tickets.
Shayna wants some movie tickets. We have movie tickets too, but Shayna wants some movie tickets from work and she wants to go see it. So
Okay.
yeah, we're definitely probably
I was
going to
gonna
try
say
to go.
I want to go see that because I heard Venom is not great.
Yeah.
Put out by Sony. It's not put out by Marvel, so of course it's gonna be crappy. I mean,
I'm over
Sony.
Marvel. Well, so actually, I just saw Infinity Wars, and that shit was super dope.
Thank you. I was gonna say, dude, if you're over Marvel, have you seen Infinity War? Because that movie is amazing. We bought it. We don't buy movies.
That one was so. That's like the best superhero movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's up there for me.
That's crazy.
Top
to me,
three.
dude.
Top.
Oh my god.
Top 3 for sure. We just rewatched. So when I'm watching is Thor Ragnarok. I know it's not spooky, but for spooky, we just rewatched Crimson Peak.
Okay, yeah.
We just re-rented it for literally the second or third time. Like we're psychos. We should have just bought it to begin with for $10, and we've spent like $4 or $5 or $6 3 times now renting it.
Jeez.
But it's like a legit, really good movie. Have you guys seen it? Mm-mm. It's that haunted house vibe. Westerns, like 1880s, like time
fun.
period. Haunted house. Really awesome.
Crimson Peaks.
Crimson Peak. It has Loki in it, and it has Jax from Sons of Anarchy. Mm-hmm. What's his name?
Oh,
Lydia's favorite boy in the world.
Dude, that guy's gross.
Well, whatever. I don't have any questions about that.
No more questions about Jax.
Jax Teller. So I've also been watching Big Mouth season 2.
Yeah.
You guys into Big Mouth? Are you serious, Trey? It's your perfect show.
No, dude, it's weird.
You don't like cartoons?
I don't like cartoons that aren't like the adult shows. If they don't come off as smart, I don't like them.
Oh, this is so smart.
It's very dumb. Dude.
No. So what's smart? The Simpsons to you?
Dude, The Simpsons back in the day is like really. You would have to like watch it to understand, but like it's like really, really smart. Like
No, it definitely is. I think we've talked about it before, but Conan O'Brien wrote for The Simpsons for a while when it first started.
There's a lot of famous comedians that have written for The Simpsons and The Simpsons. So it's so weird that you brought up The Simpsons because Matt Groening.
Yeah, Groening.
He was we were watching Portlandia yesterday. I love Portlandia. And he was on this episode, and it was like Portlandia's psycho weirdo.
Yeah, that's funny.
Like, insane humor. Well, he was like in court suing Fred Armisen for using Bart Simpson in like his skateboarding off rip-off clothing.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. And they had like Bart Simpson's voice actor there who looked like Bart Simpson. It was so weird. He had like
Isn't it a girl?
It's a girl, yeah.
Oh, so this was just a fake dude that looked like Bart Simpson.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind. See, I don't know much about The Simpsons. The only ties to The Simpsons I have is that all these Asian kids I used to hang out with when I was younger used to watch it and like love it because they didn't really have too much American like culture in their houses. Yeah. Their parents made them watch Chinese TV. And like, because you apparently can import or get Chinese TV through like certain satellite companies or cable companies.
Yeah, you can get anything nowadays, dude. You got
this
enough
was
money.
1998 or whatever.
Yeah.
2000 something. Anyway, I've been watching that. It's raunchy as fuck. Keeps topping themselves. It's continuously hilarious. And there was a moment in there where I'm like, they aren't going to do what they're about to do. And they did what I was not expecting them to do. And it was completely effed up. It's the scene for anyone that's watched any of season 2 listening at home where they're in the hot spa. I was very... Have you watched it, Nick?
We're like halfway through it, yeah.
I'm about halfway through as well. The hot spa, dude, I cannot believe they showed what they showed.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But it's a cartoon, so it's a little different. Anyway, I'm skipping Minus the Bear tonight. It's got me mega sad. I've got 3 sad faces in my notes here. It's a bummer. Yikes. So it's Minus the Bear at all? Okay, so it's indie alternative math rock in the beginning. Like they're known for like their very intricate, unique guitar, and the lead vocalist is an awesome dude with a really unique voice, And they have all these like older songs. They've been a band for like 15, 20 years. They have just announced their farewell tour earlier this year, and they're playing in Omaha tonight. But I'm not going because I have this stinking wedding to pay for, and it costs a lot of money. But I did treat myself to another game this week, so I bought and already beat this morning. I woke up early just to beat it before the podcast. But Guacamelee. So I was talking to Nick about this. Not talking to Trey about this before the podcast, And I've just been obsessed with these roguelikes since Dead Cells. You know, I played SteamWorld Dig 2, I played Dead Cells, and I played this now. And I've also bought Hollow Knight, which I didn't finish and don't plan on it. But I love them. I just love that running through the world and then like getting upgrades that get you to the other places that I've already visited. Like you didn't have those upgrades before. And then unlocking new things. Like it's just so fun. You had a point with like on Twitch, you have to keep people's attention for so long. These games are keeping my attention. Like they're keeping me hooked because it's like just when I'm like, okay, I'm getting sick of my moveset, what I have unlocked, they unlock something completely new that flips the game on its head.
Yeah, literally, or you can just try something else usually. Like be like, oh, I've been shooting bows the whole time. Let's like use the sword now. Yeah. Like you can just switch it up in most of them anyway.
Yeah,
like,
so this is a luchador themed, really weird game. I've never like seen it. It was like mashing up that roguelike thing with wrestling moves and luchador.
That sounds so cool.
It is sick as hell. And there's this like Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead, theme as well, where like the main villain, the main antagonist is like stealing the princess from the castle. They pay homage to Super Mario Brothers in this game multiple times. It's awesome. So this is the Turbo Championship Edition. It just came out on the Switch this last week. It's on sale 10% off, so it's $13. And I just love how there's so many upgrades in it. That Mexicano luchador theme scratches my WWE itch. It's amazing. I love it. I played it and beat it all within about... It says I played 8.5 hours on the game, but I did fall asleep a couple times this weekend.
How many Shawnee stars are we giving it?
Out of 10, I'm going to give it 8.8.
8.8 Shawnee stars with guacamole. Oh my god.
I like it.
That's a new best.
Well, Dead Cells gets a 9.5.
Ooh, that's the new best now.
All right. Well, I'll keep track.
Old best. I do have to listen to that Basement Beside Myself. We're getting long in the tooth here on the episode, but I wanted to chat about something else. What do you guys want to game today? I mean, it's ugly out. What do you guys want to watch, game, whatever?
I'm going to play Fortnite today.
You're 100% committed to Fortnite, huh?
Today.
Okay. I want to get Crossing Souls.
Yeah, it's probably worth it if it's under $20.
It's $15 on the Switch right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, I've heard it's really short. I heard it's 8 hours.
8 hours?
Yeah. So
I'm down with that.
I'm down with those small games. I want to get Night in the Woods and Inside too. Have you played Inside? Everyone says that you need to be playing Inside.
You specifically, Trey. You need to play.
No, I don't know about Inside, dude.
Okay. Well, it's the same thing as Limbo. Same makers of Limbo. Did you play Limbo?
That's like the one like atmospheric kind of like puzzle game.
You're a child running black and white.
That game was sick.
Yeah.
I wouldn't stream it.
No.
Because I don't want to like have people thinking I'm an idiot while I sit there like trying to figure out where to put the spider's leg.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, man.
Yeah, no, I
That's
hear
funny.
you. So is that like a thing with the story games too? Like
No, I hate sitting there and walking in circles. So like with
Trying to
Crossing
figure out
Souls,
a puzzle.
I had to quit playing the other day because like I was like walking in circles. You're in this like Western ghost town and like there's a DeLorean time machine. You have to go back in time, but you have to find the exact date. So I'm talking to everybody in town. I'm like, what the fuck? I've talked to every person. And then I was just
I hate that kind of crap, man. That happened with me in Undertale, but it was just because I stopped playing for like a week.
Yeah. So I've made like the goal to myself to just like when it gets to that point in the game, I just call it quits, either turn off the stream, switch to a different game, and then figure it out off stream.
Right.
Come back to the on stream when I know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Sure.
Nick, what about you? What do you got planned for today?
Not a whole lot. Gonna food prep a little bit. I'm gonna draw.
Yeah?
Maybe if Shayna takes a nap, I'll pick up a game. I don't know. Crossing Souls sounds tight, and then that Bindings of Isaac sounds tight too. So
Yeah.
if these indie games are like fun and cheap and have some good replayability, then I'll try to pick up a couple of those.
Drawloween at bazooka_Nick on Instagram. You're not posting Nick Gandy art right now, but that's cool. And twitch.tv/totallytrey, totally.trey on Instagram, totally_Trey on Twitter. I'm Sean S. Johnson on everything. At the EZPZ as well.
Everett.
This has been EZPZ Podcast, episode 91, the conversational podcast.
Just in case you forgot.
And we out.